trust me, I know. What are you laughing at? Yes, dear, no, dear, you're right.
Woo!
Here's my wallet. You look good and everything.
Amen.
Flowers every 2 weeks from the florist, not the supermarket, cheesecake. And 5 group vacations a year, not some smelly alligator pit in Fort Lauderdale during a pandemic in the heat of summer. It's all beautiful. It's all right, you guys are going to Fiji next month. A little bit of bling from time to time. If all else fails, I'll buy you a puppy. I walk it, I bathe it, I feed it, I clean up after it, and I train it, but somehow it's yours. You just cuddle and take pictures on Instagram. Pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah, yeah.
Apologies accepted.
Oh, he's moving.
What do you got? What about him? Yeah. Well, it makes me know that alligators and crocodiles in the same place at the same time is South Florida. And usually further south. Homestead, the Keys, 10,000 Islands. Up here it's a little bit too close to the crocodiles, obviously, as you can feel. And then your jacket or a blanket. I know it's cold with that breeze coming through here. You guys are good? All right. But come on, there's alligators in there. He's crazy. We don't care. Any other questions? Any annoying questions like, what if they attack you? Always sound disappointed too, like that's why you came here. My favorite one is, how come they're not moving as everyone sits motionless in their seats? The irony and audacity of that question alone drive me insane. That's a short drive, by the way. They tend to be solitary, but in here they don't have a choice. And in the wild, if like when the water gets low, there's a place off the L28 Interceptor Canal. You'll see legitimately 400 alligators in an area the size of this. You can walk across them. I mean, you're not going to make it. But you can try it. If they didn't move, you could walk. What do you got? Yeah, any animal's aggressive when they feel threatened. I can be a little nasty sometimes too. But yeah, these guys have been here. Most of these guys, I caught that one last night. That's why his mouth is so big. But yeah, most of these guys in self-defense will attack them pretty hard. Any other questions? What do you got? I don't know why you're yelling like that. Depends on all different. I caught Hector at it's a fire station out in the middle of the Everglades. There's a rest area there. He was literally at the bathroom. Like, look at the door handle, like, I'll never reach that. I could crap myself right in the park. He didn't. He waited till I got my truck, which was nice. But he was emaciated. He looked like a broom handle with a head. He was, I don't know why he was out in the middle of the parking lot, but it's actually funny when I caught him. A scientist, the FWC, Florida Wildlife Commission, 3 or 4 scientists would come out of the Everglades at like 3 in the morning, do what they're doing out there. But this one lady said, she goes, you should put him down, he's gonna die, he has wasting disease. He looked like, you can see all his ribs. I was like, yeah, come to the park in 3 months. He'll be benching 225 and run a 4.540. But yeah, they're all different. I just aired Jigsaw's video last night. I caught him at a pump station out in the Everglades. People were trying to work on the rocks, and this guy was beeline for him. They're like, he's a psychopath. I was like, it's like the sweetest alligator. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're all different. Some you catch with a rod and a reel, just snag hook them. Some if they're on land, just play until they get tired, jump on them. And if it's clear water and they go under, I'll follow them with a mask and snorkel and a little catch pole with a rope on it, just noose them and pull them out. Any other questions?
Are you scared?
What's that?
Are you scared?
Am I scared? Son, I worked with women for 10 years. I know what it's like to be afraid. No, I'm not scared. What's that? I have no idea. People think I've always had some lifelong. I've always thought they were cool, but this just happened. I never wanted to start an alligator rescue. I literally hate what I do every day as far as saving alligators. I just hate dead gators more. If I don't catch them, somebody else can put a bullet in their head. So I feel bad pulling them out of where they want to be and put them somewhere they probably don't want to be. I mean, Hector and Jigsaw are probably pretty happy they're here because they'd be dead by now. They were both so skinny. So I don't feel bad about that, but most of them do not bother anybody. People are just paranoid. So if I don't come get them, they're going to give my trapping spot to somebody else and they'll put bullets in their head. So I hate what I do, but I hate dead gators more. All right, what do you got? they eat small children that ask questions. Come on in, I'll show you. You got two of them. You need both of them? In the wild, they eat anything. Birds, frogs, fish, turtles, baby alligators, apple snails, snakes, raccoons, possum, armadillos, deer when they get big enough. You had one too?
Have they ever bitten you before?
Oh yeah. I stopped counting at 25. I probably been bit 50 times. Having said that, I'm very lucky. I know guys bitten once, missing a finger or two. I know a guy first we got bitten and his bicep torn off, and the gator ate it in front of a crowd of about 10 people. That's getting your money's worth, right? Yeah, not getting your money's worth today. You know, I still remember a time when you and I would do something. We used to sit and we would talk for hours. See, now I feel like we don't even communicate. Even now. Look, hey, I'm trying to reach out. You withdraw. Listen, I can't fix it if I don't know what's broken. Please say something. I'm giving up on you. Don't go away. You know what the really sad part is? Sad part is I have these conversations with Swamp Thing when nobody else is even here. Now again, they don't like me. They obviously don't really dislike me. It's actually a lot like my parents' house around Christmas. Everybody kind of tolerates me because they feel obligated. Now I do have a certain rotation system I use to try to make sure each gator only does one show about the day. It's actually Mr. Fahrenheit show. So, see if I can get him out of this. Why you guys all bunched up on one side? I still feel like you're plotting against me. Hey, let's go enough of it. Come on, you gotta do one show. I gotta do them all. You literally work 10 minutes a day. Now listen, I'm gonna be honest, okay? This gator's been dead for 2 weeks. Hey, until he starts to stink, I'm gonna keep you playing dead as Fahrenheit's best trick. Shut up, you sky rats. Come on, what do you spot? You still come by the house tonight? Just bring dessert. I got tons of food. Hey, don't bring your girl. That's like bringing sand to the beach. It's gonna be crazy. Show's over here. Let's try to out here. Come on. Listen, if you tried to bite me right now, this could look exciting. It's like I'm trying to get the dog in a bathtub. But you gotta do one show. I gotta do them all. Come here, knucklehead. Yeah, baby. Ooh, sorry, Swamp Thing. Yeah, maybe you should have put a ring on it. I totally get out. Now, if you're a Seminole, you're gonna stand up the whole time you've been working out? Nice. Now, if you're a Seminole warrior, let's say back in the 1800s, and you're out catching alligators, you're doing that to feed your family. But you always wanted to catch them alive. Alligator meat spoils very quickly in hot Florida sun. The first thing you want to do, obviously, tie the jaw shut. A gator this size has over 2,000 pounds of crushing power per square inch in the jaws. That is enough to crush any bone in your body. Go ahead, show me. Just kidding. Tying the jaws by yourself can be a little challenging. You need 2 hands tie a good knot. Then something has to hold the mouth closed while you're doing it, or you risk losing your fingers in the process. So the Seminoles came up with a technique they now refer to as bulldogging, holding the jaws closed with your chin to your chest. It would free your hands up, give you time to take out leather or rope and tie a knot. If you want to take a picture with your both arms squat to the side, or you see the blood pouring down my throat. It's usually what I tell the kids to just stay in school. Can I take out pictures quickly, please? Take out a rope, couple of wraps, you tie a knot, and you'd have yourself a cotton-tied alligator. Now, judging by the complete lack of applause, I'm assuming you people are not really impressed with me or the alligator right now. That's okay. I will try to redeem myself in a minute or two. In the meantime, we're going to touch on a few different parts of the alligator's anatomy. The eyes of an alligator are very well protected, very deep eye sockets. Anything were to threaten those eyes, they simply drop to the bottom of the eye sockets out of the way of harm. If the threat is removed, they pop right back into place. So they pop right back into place. So they pop right back into place. Nice. Booty eyelids come down there. Brody and other eyelids come down to help protect the lower eyelids like you and I have. He also has to show you exactly what a bachelor's degree in psychology is now worth from the University of Massachusetts anyway. My parents wasted a lot of money in college. They don't really appreciate the fact that I make bad jokes about it in an elevator pitch. I'm 54 years old and my dad still tells me to give him his money back. Trust me, that would never happen. Last trick, no hero stuff. We almost made it. Hey, suitcase thing can still happen, my friend. Look at me, one phone call, you're full of zippers. I can have you in checked baggage by next Thursday. That's a joke, you know I love you. Stop messing around. Come on, it's the last trick. I wasn't going to tell you this. Look over there. I have a whole plate of Girl Scout cookies with your name on it, okay? And I make them with the real Girl Scouts in them. Please. Don't feel bad for those kids. They came to my house peddling shortbread cookies. They deserved it. I knew there were Thin Mints in the trunk. By the way, I think we can all agree there should only be two kinds of Girl Scout cookies. Thin Mints and Samoas. Take those s'mores and tag-alongs and do-si-do them on the drive-thru. And listen, that box of Thin Mints is still mismarked. This is not a joke. There's a misprint in that box. I've been writing letters and emails for over 20 years on bid service. Next time you get a box of Thin Mints, read it carefully. It says something ridiculous like 8 servings. On the wrong planet. There were 2 servings tops. They give you one sleeve and the other, but that's just in case you're on a hunger strike and you have to share. Because if you're home alone, that box is in the freezer. Who are you kidding? That whole box is one serving. Say so. Tell me about it, kid.
Wow.
This smells amazing. I found my keys. Yeah,
Oh,
that's enough of that stuff. Get off the alligator best part of
he's
the
so
show.
done. This alligator is bad.
I like the way you walk, girl. And I know that must be jelly, because jam don't shake like that. It's amazing how fast they move, isn't it? See, now you can fully appreciate why you have to run zigzag. Otherwise, they would just never catch you. They started the whole thing. You ever heard of that? Just an alligator run zigzag? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. And that's not your fault if you've been telling your family and friends that, because they've been pushing that on students and tourists down here for 50 years. Don't run zigzag, just run. If you're going to do anything, you trick the kids. You walk away with dignity. Not your only kids if you can help it. Hey, but if it comes down to it, come on, man. They are smaller and faster than we are. They get a much better chance. Look, that kid is so hopped up on Mountain Dew and Skittles right now, that gator has no chance. That kid will be doing that reverse matrix flip where he's running upside down. Gator's like, oh crap, he's on Skittles. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, guys, with that is the end of the show. Again, anything you put in the basket down there.